Welcome back to Townsquare Sunday. Peter Gallagher is raising a lot of money for Boston Children's Hospital. It's an institution I think most of us know. More than $25,000 in the past 2 years. Peter doesn't sit home, though, and wait for the checks to come in. He holds a chili cook-off event in Wareham. How many years now, Peter?
This will be the second.
The second. And he also runs the Boston Marathon. Peter and I were lamenting about the rainy weather before we started here. But Peter Gallagher with us here today, of course. Welcome, sir.
Thank you for having me.
So the chili cook-off is coming up soon, next month.
Yeah.
When and where?
June 23rd at Stone.
Go ahead. You going to look that up?
Yes, because I always mix the two
Right,
together.
Look it up. But it's in Wareham. We'll give you the exact address coming up here in just a moment. It's an event. It's not a huge event, but it is an event that Peter raises money and gets commitments to support this charity. So what's the address?
Yeah, it's Stone Path Malt at 11 Kendricks Road in Wareham, Mass.
Okay. And this is a kind of a neat idea. How did the idea start?
It actually was an idea from a lady I work with at school that had been to several chili cook-offs before. So she gave me the idea because she knows I'm always looking for different types of fundraisers to do. And she goes, why don't you have a chili cook-off? So I researched it and to see what I needed to do in order to get it started. And it seemed easy enough. So I said, why not?
You're a teacher.
Yes.
And you work in the Freetown Lakeville district, is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
All right. So you got this idea from somebody at work, and there is a connection here with Boston Children's, a special connection.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
My daughter has been followed there since birth. She's followed by 5 doctors. She actually has a very rare genetic disorder. It's the CL2 gene, and there's only about 5 cases in the world right now, so we're trying to find someone to take the lead and find more information on it. So hopefully, as the years go by, they can actually have not a cure, but it's called a
prognosis.
Yeah,
something
and they can help
tell
us more about it and help to see if there's any therapies to help make it a little better.
And that research, whoever does it, is going to be valuable when other cases appear.
Yes.
Hopefully, no others, but. So tell us about your daughter a little bit.
Well, she's 4.5. She's still nonverbal. She does go to preschool. She's in a pull-out program at Freetown, which has been fantastic for her. And the hardest part, I would think, is having someone that doesn't speak in the house and not understanding what she wants, but she has her own little certain ways of telling us what she wants, whether it's just screaming and grabbing something, but she does show her affection too, which just the past year, she's been giving us hugs and kisses, which is the greatest thing.
So I'm sure it is. She does not talk. She gets around, though. She does walk.
Yes, she does walk, and again, within the past year, she just had lost her braces, so she doesn't need braces anymore to walk. But she's still a little unstable. So when she's walking upstairs, she has to hold on to the railing, or even if it's 2 small steps like in the front of our house, she has to hold on to the house to get up the stairs.
Okay. Is this something you do alone, the chili cook-off, or you have like a small group of volunteers? How do you put it together?
It's usually just my wife and I. Any fundraiser I do, my wife helps me, and we just kind of put it together.
Her name is Katie.
Yes, it is.
And so you put it together. You hold this event. It's the second one, so it's not as big as you'd like. But tell us about what the plan is for this year's cook-off.
This year, I'm hoping to have about around 6 to 10 people saying they have the best chili. Because as I was saying, if you have too many people serving the chili, you can't taste it after the people tasting it can't taste it after so many. It just tastes the same. It's either spiciness in their mouth or heat all the time.
Hot,
I don't want to have too many, but I'm hoping that people can come in, taste the best chili, and we can crown a champion again.
All right.
And then I'm also hoping I can get, because I figured with chili, I don't know why I think chocolate goes well with chili. So I'm going to have chocolate there just that people are going to donate that people can have as well.
Okay. So how do you collect money? Is it they come through the door and they pay a certain amount?
I can do when they come through the door, but I also have people Venmo me as well, or PayPal, however they want to do it. I take fundraising money, I take it anywhere I can get it. So whether they want to pay me right away or pay at the door.
Now, I don't want to take anything away from the chili cook-off, but you do some other fundraising too to raise money. Is that correct?
Yes.
Tell us briefly about that.
Well, I have done golf tournaments before, and that was a couple of years ago. But now everywhere you look, there's golf tournaments. So that's when I was like, well, I need to think of something else to do other than a golf tournament. So that's when I switched to the chili cook-off. It may not raise as much, but I can do a couple of small ones. Like I do you make your own sign. It's almost like a paint night, but they make their own sign for their house instead of just a painting, which I do that as well, which it's actually a company that does the fundraiser. So it's easier to collect the money because they just collect all the money and then they give out a check.
All right. So, again, the chili cook-off is June 23rd.
From 4 to 8.
From 4 to 8. What's the address again?
11 Kendricks Road in Wareham.
All right. 11 Kendrick Road in Wareham. And so how can people get involved with that? How can people sign up? Are you looking for people to just make donations? How can they do this?
They can either...
First, they can show up.
They can show up, which is the big one. That's the big one, is showing up. And I still may need one or two people that think they have the best chili to be one of the contestants. Mm-hmm. But if they don't want to show up and they want to just send a donation of chocolate, because I'm going to have chocolate there for the people that are there to eat and try, or I would say,
Is there an admission?
It's a $20 fee to come in.
Okay.
Yes.
And last year you had a pretty good crowd?
Yeah. I don't remember off the top of my head, but I'm hoping for 100 people this year. So I'm hoping to raise around $2,000 off this event.
Okay. This is Townsquare Sunday. My guest is Peter Gallagher of Wareham. He raises money for Boston Children's Hospital, and he's doing so by holding a chili cook-off that's coming up in June, and also he runs the Boston Marathon. So talk to us about the Marathon Connection. Now, you don't collect pledges per se because there's a limit. If you're running for a charity with a marathon, you've got to raise at least $10,000, and you're not sure you can raise that kind of money. But you do run the marathon.
Yes.
And you do collect some money.
Yes, I do. And once you're on the team, they set up a page for you where people can just go in and donate whatever amount they would like to once it gets started. But that's usually not until around September. But raising $10,000 from September just to April is tough, so I always start a little earlier than normal.
It's how do you raise that much money? I mean, with a cook-off and with the running, it doesn't seem like you want to raise like $12,000 or $13,000 or $14,000.
No, I raised just about 10. I think this year it was 10,200 I got. So, but I feel that's a good amount. I mean,
sure. Any amount is a good amount.
Yes, any amount is a good amount. But
you
raising
ask them,
10,
they'll tell you that.
Yes, and having it's harder, I think, for myself at being a teacher, because a lot of people that I ran with on the Children's Hospital team are in big businesses that they do matching donations or that, so they just their donation automatically doubles, which is great, but it's for someone like me, it's harder to get to that 10,000 minimum. Yeah.
So, any other fundraisers you're doing, by the way? Anything else?
Not right. I will be. I just have to get through this one, and then I'll meet together with talk with my wife again and see what else we could do.
All right. This past year's race in April, you had a special running partner.
Yes, my patient partner was my daughter Jordan, and I wore her the picture of her on my bib as I was running, which actually helped a lot because it not only did rain, it also got really hot, and I did not think I was going to finish, but then I had to think why I was running and what I was doing it for, and remember that it was for my daughter and for all the other kids at Children's, and that's what got me to the finish. Because if you saw me at mile 20, you would have thought I was going to be done 10 steps later, because I saw my family at mile 20, and they thought I was done too,
Yeah.
but I had to dig deep.
Now, how many years have you run the marathon?
The past 2 years.
Past 2 years, okay.
Yes.
What's your daughter's prognosis? I guess we don't really know that,
Yeah,
do we?
there's no prognosis for the gene
That
disorder. Yeah.
There's none because there just hasn't been that much case study.
Yes.
It's only 5 cases worldwide. That's, that must have made you take a step back when you heard that.
Yes, it did, and we were sort of happy to know that she had something, because before we didn't even know she had the gene disorder. It was just they kept doing different tests to try to figure out what was wrong, and we didn't know anything. And now at least we can put the gene to it, and then hopefully as the years go by we find out more information. And even if it doesn't help her as much, it will help other cases that may come up that have the gene disorder.
Well, from where I stand, it looks as though you're going to be cooking up chili and running marathons for quite a while.
Yes, as long as my wife allows me, that's how long I will be running.
She's 4.5 years old. Her name again?
Jordan.
Jordan. All right. How can people get involved in your charity work? Do you have a Facebook page? Do you have a website? Tell us about it.
I do have. It's just a personal Facebook page, but I'm always looking for people to help out. They can just message me on there. It's Katie and Peter Gallagher. Yes, it is connected with my wife. I get made fun of for that, but
No.
we do have the joint Facebook account.
Sure. Okay, that's quite all right, Peter. So this is happening. Contact you on Facebook if you'd like to help out. And really, this is quite a story. This is a small event. It's not a huge event, but I know that Peter Gallagher would, and his wife Katie, and Jordan would, and they have 2 other children as well. They would love to see you on June 23rd in Wareham. That address again?
11 Kendricks Road.
11 Kendrick Road in Wareham for the chili cook-off. So you've got 6 or so.
Six contestants right now.
Contestants right now. And none of these are professionals, are they?
Nope, no professionals, just normal everyday people.
Folks.
Yep. And one of them is actually my wife, and I will tell you now, I've been eating a lot of chili these past couple weeks. She's been perfecting it, so.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. All right, Peter, good luck with this. Good luck with your daughter. It's a heartwarming story. You're getting out there and attempting to help a place that's trying to help you and come up with some answers. We wish you well.
All right, thank you so much.
Peter Gallagher, Wareham, him and his wife Katie, conducting a chili cook-off, June 23rd, 11 Kendrick Road in Wareham. Come on by, $20. You can eat a lot of chili and help out a very good cause here. Thanks again, Peter.
Thank you.
And that's it for this week. I'm Jim Phillips. Thanks for listening. Also thanks to production director Jason Kent and digital editor Casey Sylvia. Please join us next week for Townsquare Sunday. Until then, have a great week and a wonderful Sunday.